12 American cars from the 2000s are absolute legends you probably missed. Stylish, powerful, and unforgettable, they'll make any car fan's heart race. Number 12, Chevrolet Corvette C6, 2005. The Chevrolet Corvette C6 from 2005 is a car that makes your heart race before you even press the gas. This car is not just fast, it is clever, strong, and built to give pure joy to anyone who drives it. Its body is shorter by 5 inches and narrower by 1 inch than the old model, but it feels bigger because it has a longer wheelbase. That makes it ride smoother while still hugging the road tightly. Those big wheels, 18 inches at the front and 19 inches at the back, fill the fenders perfectly, and the headlights are exposed for the first time since 1962. They shine bright with xenon lights, making night drives exciting and safe. Now, the engine is what makes the C6 truly legendary. Under the hood sits a 366 cubic inch V8 LS2 engine that makes 400 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. That is a lot of push in every turn of the wheel. This engine can push the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.2 seconds, or even 4.1 seconds with the Z51 package. The quarter mile can be completed in 12.6 seconds at 114 miles per hour. You can imagine, it feels like being strapped to a rocket while still keeping full control. The Tremec 6-speed manual transmission shifts smoothly, and the automatic option is clever enough to pick the right gear every time. Moving along, the suspension keeps the Corvette steady and comfortable. There are 3 choices, including the magnetic selective ride control, which adjusts almost instantly to the road. The Z51 package tightens the handling further with bigger brakes, springs, and dampers. Even though the ride is firm in sport mode, it is never jarring, making sharp turns feel easy while giving confidence on every corner. Goodyear run-flat tires grip tightly, so the car feels planted even when the road is tricky. Inside, the Corvette is surprisingly roomy and smart. The dual cockpit design gives the driver a perfect cluster pod while still feeling open and spacious. The seats hug you just right, adjustable to match your comfort, and heated for chilly days. There is a push-button ignition that makes you feel like a secret agent. The dashboard includes navigation with a big color screen, Bose audio for music that sounds rich, and OnStar to help with safety and calls. Even the roof is clever, with a removable hardtop or a soft-top convertible that folds easily. But that's not all. Its brakes are large and strong, bringing it to a stop from 60 miles per hour in about 120 feet. It is legendary because it can thrill anyone, from a weekend driver to a track racer, and it does so while looking amazing and feeling smart. Number 11, Dodge Viper S RT10, 2003. If you thought speed ended with one car, buckle up, because the Dodge Viper S RT10 from 2003 takes things to an entirely new level. This car is not for the faint of heart, but for anyone who loves the thrill of American muscle unleashed with pure power and attitude. Its body is sharper, with short overhangs and a stretched wheelbase of 2.6 inches, making it nimble yet stable on fast roads. The twin-side exhausts and low stance give it a look that says, "Yes, I will make your morning coffee tremble." Jumping to the heart of the matter, the Viper SRT10 has a massive 506 cubic inch V10 engine that produces 500 horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque. That means when you push the pedal, the car hurls forward like a cannonball. From 0 to 60 miles per hour takes only 3.9 seconds, while 100 miles per hour comes up in just 8.5 seconds. The quarter mile? It is done faster than most humans can blink. The Tremec 6-speed manual transmission keeps control in your hands, perfectly matching the engine's fury with satisfying, deliberate shifts. Moving over to the brakes and suspension, this Viper has breadloaf-size Brembo cast iron discs that grip the asphalt with no hesitation. The suspension is refined so that even when you push it hard, the car stays planted and predictable. You can feel the road through the steering, but it does not fight back in a way that surprises you. The chassis is lighter and stiffer than before, helping the Viper corner like it has radar in its wheels. Grip levels are so high that even at full throttle, the car holds the line as if glued to the tarmac. Well, the Viper is a driver's playground. The pedals, wheel, and seat are aligned perfectly so your feet and hands feel like they belong there naturally. The sport seats hug tightly, adjustable for comfort, and even include a dead pedal for extra support. The dashboard keeps it simple with clean white gauges and minimal buttons, letting the driver focus on one thing: driving hard. The folding clamshell roof makes this convertible as flexible as a circus acrobat, and the interior feels purposeful yet surprisingly comfortable for a high-performance machine. The sound is another reason the SRT10 is legendary. Each cylinder bank blasts through the side pipes, giving a deep, pure note that excites anyone within earshot. Number 10. Ford Mustang GT 2005. If the Dodge Viper SRT10 made your heart race, wait until the 2005 Ford Mustang GT hits the road, because this car brings classic American muscle with a modern punch. The long hood, short rear deck, and iconic horse badge make it clear this is a Mustang everyone notices. Its body sits with an aggressive rake, giving the impression of motion even when standing still. And the 6-inch longer wheelbase than the previous model adds presence and room for drivers and passengers alike. Sliding over to the heart of the Mustang, the 280 cubic inch all-aluminum V8 engine is the soul of this car. With 3 valves per cylinder, it produces 300 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, enough to send the Mustang from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.2 seconds. The quarter mile flies by in 13.8 seconds at 103 miles per hour, making it faster than most people expect from a car you can actually drive every day. Its aluminum block is lighter by 75 pounds compared to older cast-iron engines, and the power is smooth and wide across the rev range, perfect for both cruising and track antics. Speaking of performance, the Mustang's handling is smarter than it looks. The new chassis combines a solid front with McPherson strut suspension and a 3-link rear with a tubular panhard rod. This keeps the rear axle controlled during tight corners, while letting you still flirt with oversteer if you dare. The steering is precise and responsive, giving confidence in quick lane changes or sharp track turns. The solid rear axle is tuned to feel planted, yet the car remains tossable enough to have fun without losing control. Braking is no joke either. The GT comes with 4-wheel disc brakes, including 12.4-inch ventilated front rotors, clamped by twin-piston aluminum calipers. Rear rotors measure 11.8 inches and provide strong, predictable stopping power. The optional 4-channel anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution adjusts pressure automatically for maximum control, making panic stops safer and more stable than ever. Step inside, and the Mustang balances history and modern convenience. Sculpted bucket seats and available leather trim keep you supported while cornering, and the driver-focused dash combines aluminum panels with chrome-ringed gauges, one-touch power windows, keyless entry, tilt steering, and the Shaker 500 audio system make the car comfortable without stealing from its performance focus. The interior feels big, roomy, and functional, while still paying homage to classic Mustang styling. Safety moves with the times as well. The Ford Personal Safety System monitors crash forces and adjusts airbags accordingly, while front seat sensors deactivate the passenger airbag when needed. Optional side airbags and anti-theft systems offer peace of mind so that thrill seekers can drive hard without worrying about what's parked in their driveway. Number 9. Pontiac GTO 2004. Following the last car's smooth ride, the Pontiac GTO jumps into the spotlight with raw American muscle power wrapped in an unexpected package. This 2004 model doesn't look like the old GTOs from the 60s, but don't be fooled. The performance inside is exactly what made the GTO name legendary. Under the hood sits a Chevy small block LS1 V8 engine, pushing 350 horsepower with authority. The sound alone makes your ears perk up and your heart race, especially when paired with its dual exhaust that growls and pops as if cheering you on every time you press the accelerator. Shifting gears in this GTO is a joy for those who love driving. The 6-speed manual transmission lets you row through the gears smoothly, while the clutch is soft enough to avoid killing your leg muscles on long drives. Even the automatic version doesn't disappoint, keeping the power flowing to the rear wheels without lag. Launching from 0 to 60 miles per hour takes just a little over 5 seconds, and the quarter-mile clocks in at about 14 seconds. These numbers are not just fast, they feel explosive on real roads. Not only this, the ride quality is surprisingly comfortable for such a powerful car. Thanks to its fully independent suspension and well-tuned struts, the GTO glides over rough patches without jolting the passengers around. It corners confidently too, leaning just enough to remind you that it's alive, but never enough to feel unsafe. Even on bumpy curves, it keeps its balance, unlike older cars that wiggle like jelly. The steering is precise and weighted just right, making every turn satisfying, and the tires grip like they are glued to the asphalt. The cabin delivers an impressive experience that complements the performance. The seats are leather and deeply bolstered, keeping everyone planted during spirited driving while remaining soft enough for long highway journeys. The rear seats, though compact, are shaped for comfort, giving passengers enough room to feel included in the fun. The dash layout is clean, with gauges that are easy to read and a steering wheel that tilts and telescopes to get the perfect driving position. Buttons and knobs feel solid, and every detail shows care and design. Design-wise, the car may look unassuming to some, but the GTO doesn't need flashy styling to stand out. Its body is smooth and proportioned well, with subtle curves hinting at speed. The spoiler and wheels give just enough character without screaming for attention. Even with tires that are a bit narrower than some modern muscle cars, the handling remains sharp, and the suspension balance makes sure every corner is tackled confidently. The Pontiac GTO of 2004 is more than a car. Every time you press the pedal, twist the wheel, or feel the suspension absorb a bump, you know you are in something truly special. Number 8. Chevrolet SSR, 2003. Following the wild fun of retro roadsters, here comes a car that flips expectations and brings a whole new kind of excitement to the streets, the Chevrolet SSR. This car isn't just a pickup, it's a pickup with a convertible top, ready to make anyone stare. Imagine a truck that can open its roof and invite the sun in while keeping its muscles flexing like it just walked off a comic book page. That combination of truck toughness and roadster playfulness instantly makes it a legend of the 2000s. The first thing to notice about the SSR is its engine. Early models used a 323 cubic inch V8 with 300 horsepower, which could push it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 7.7 seconds. Not bad for a 2-ton machine with a pickup bed. But later on, Chevrolet gave it a 366 cubic inch LS2 V8 with 390 horsepower. Add a 6-speed manual transmission option, and suddenly the SSR could sprint to 60 miles per hour in just 5.5 seconds. That's quicker than some proper sports cars from the same era. The engine's growl and the exhaust note make every drive feel like a mini drag race without leaving the neighborhood. Moving to the look, the SSR pulls inspiration from the Chevrolet pickups of the late 1940s and early 1950s. Its curvy fenders, Art Deco grille, and bulging body lines give it a playful, retro charm. Unlike other flashy cars that fail to impress in real life, the SSR brings the concept to reality almost exactly. The retractable hardtop, designed by ASC, folds neatly between the cab and the bed. Lowering or raising the roof takes about 24 seconds, and the system works smoothly enough to make every rooftop adventure feel effortless. It's a head-turner, and people really do stop and stare. Inside, the SSR feels like a roadster that got a little love from a pickup truck. The seats are leather, firm, and perfectly stitched, making every trip cozy, while giving the feeling that you're in control of a serious machine. The dashboard and controls are borrowed from GM's SUV lineup, but they fit well and everything feels simple to use. Even the truck bed is functional, with a removable rear deck lid that can hang on the wall at home if you want. Practical and fun, check and check. The driving experience is a mix of fun and surprising capability. The chassis is based on a body-on-frame design from a midsize SUV, giving it stability while still letting it corner confidently. The suspension absorbs bumps well, so the ride is comfortable but not floaty. Steering is light and manageable, though not as sharp as a pure sports car, which actually fits the SSR's personality. It's a roadster that likes adventure, not just tight corners. Brakes are reliable, stopping the car safely every time. Overall, it's a car that fuses muscle, style, and joy in a way that few others dared in the 2000s. Number 7. Cadillac CTS-V, 2004. Right after the playful fury of the Chevrolet SSR, here comes a four-door storm that proves luxury and speed can live in perfect harmony. The 2004 Cadillac CTS-V. This isn't just a fancy sedan, It's a high-powered rocket with leather seats and Brembo brakes that could stop a freight train if it had to. The moment you see the CTS-V, you know it's serious business, and yet it's wearing a suit that whispers elegance. What makes this Cadillac legendary starts with its heart. The engine is a 350 cubic inch LS6 V8, borrowed and tuned from a Corvette Z06. With 400 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque, this sedan catapults from 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 5.3 seconds, while the quarter mile can be conquered in 13.7 seconds at 108 miles per hour. That's sports car territory, hiding in a four-door body that could carry the whole family plus groceries. The Tremec T56 6-speed manual transmission puts all that power under your right foot perfectly. Makes you feel like a champion every time you change gears. The CTS-V isn't just about straight-line speed. Its suspension was tuned on the world-famous Nürburgring track in Germany, which means corners aren't scary, they're playgrounds. Independent front and rear suspension, thicker shock towers, stiffer springs, and a tower-to-tower brace keep the chassis steady, while 4-channel stability track with multiple modes lets drivers decide how much control they want. The steering is precise, giving feedback that makes the car feel alive, and the weight distribution is nearly perfect, making every twist of the road thrilling rather than frightening. The brakes are another legend-making feature. 14-inch front discs and 14.4-inch rear rotors, each with 4-piston Brembo calipers, allow for controlled, stable stops in just 123 feet from 60 miles per hour. That means even when you push the V to its limits, it comes to a stop like a pro, making confidence stick to your spine as surely as the suede inserts hold you in place during aggressive turns. Cadillac didn't just make a monster under the hood. They also crafted an interior that mixes luxury and performance like chocolate and peanut butter. Suede seat inserts cradle the driver, metallic accents add sparkle, and dual driver information center displays keep you aware of every little performance detail without distracting from the fun. Ergonomics were thought through for manual shifting under high G-forces, turning each drive into a blend of thrill and comfort. The exterior matches the performance with purpose. Wire mesh grille, dual stainless exhausts, larger front and rear fascias, and rockers make it clear this is no ordinary CTS. 18-inch aluminum wheels wrapped in Goodyear Eagle F1 tires connect all that power to the road, giving grip that inspires confidence even when pushing the car toward its limits. So, driving it feels like being in a 4-door Corvette that happens to also look like it belongs in a luxury magazine. Number 6. Dodge Charger SRT8, 2006. After the high-powered drama of the Cadillac CTS-V, here comes a car that knows how to mix attitude, style, and muscle without breaking a sweat. The 2005 Chrysler 300C. Those big chrome wheels and square shoulder design are impossible to ignore, and yet under that bold look, the magic really begins. The engine is where the 300C earns its legendary status. A 350 cubic inch Hemi Phi 8 delivers 340 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. That means this sedan can move like a rocket whenever you want, and yet still cruise comfortably on the highway. The 5-speed automatic transmission shifts smoothly, making the Hemi's power easy to use whether you are merging on the freeway or taking a weekend road trip. Multi-displacement system technology even lets the engine run on just 4 cylinders when less power is needed, saving fuel without killing the fun. Performance is not only about speed, it is about control, and the 300C handles corners with confidence thanks to its Mercedes-derived suspension setup. The front and rear multi-link designs keep the ride smooth while giving the car a planted feel, and the brakes are responsive enough to stop this hefty sedan safely at any moment. Steering is precise, with just the right amount of weight, so the car feels balanced and ready for twists and turns. Every detail in the chassis shows that Chrysler wanted a car that could perform without sacrificing comfort. The interior is where luxury meets practicality. Big seats hug the driver and passengers comfortably, while the heated seats get toasty in no time. Chrome and tortoiseshell trim add flair, and the large trunk holds everything you might need for road trips or weekend adventures. The dashboard is a little deep at first, but once you get used to it, you notice it gives the cabin a unique, commanding feel. Entertainment comes alive with a premium audio system, satellite radio, and even video options for passengers, so everyone can enjoy the ride. The exterior combines attitude and elegance perfectly. A long hood, low roofline, and bold grille make the 300C look fast even when parked. The polished 18-inch wheels and dual exhaust tips show this car is serious about performance while still being refined. Its rear-wheel drive layout and wide stance help it stick to the road like glue, giving confidence in every acceleration and corner. Collectively, the Chrysler 300C is more than muscle. It proves a full-size sedan can be exciting, capable, and unforgettable all at once. Number 5. Dodge Charger SRT8 2006. In 2006, the streets get a new heartbeat in the form of the Dodge Charger SRT8. The Charger SRT8's design is aggressive, with a wide stance, deep air dam, and a hood scoop that practically begs for attention. Even when parked, it looks ready to sprint. Powers where the Charger SRT8 proves itself legendary. The 372 cubic inch Hemi V8 pumps out 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. This means the car jumps forward the moment you touch the gas, reaching 60 miles per hour in just 5.0 seconds. A 5-speed auto stick transmission sends all that muscle to the rear wheels, letting drivers shift manually or automatically depending on their mood. Multi-season high-performance tires on 20-inch forged alloy rims keep the car planted, while the traction control system quietly steps in if things get too rowdy. Handling is more than just power, and the Charger SRT8 shows how to balance brute force with control. The SRT suspension package lowers the ride slightly and adds stronger springs, bushings, and sway bars, while Bilstein shocks and self-leveling Nivomats in the rear keep the car confident over corners. Even with 4,160 pounds to move, the Charger turns into curves smoothly. The steering is quick and precise enough to feel sporty, while electronic stability programs provide just enough guidance to keep fun from turning into trouble. The brakes are just as impressive as the engine. Huge vented discs with 4-piston Brembo calipers bring the car from 60 miles per hour to a complete stop in just 110 feet. No fading, no hesitation, just dependable power to slow the monster down. This balance of acceleration and braking makes the Charger SRT8 a car that feels alive and trustworthy even when you push it hard. On top of that, the interior matches the aggressive exterior with supportive leather sport seats, suede inserts, and power-adjustable pedals that make every driver feel like they belong. The cabin is roomy for 4 passengers, and a clever 60/40 split rear seat keeps cargo easy to manage. A 180 mile per hour speedometer adds character, while dual-zone climate control, a kicker audio system, satellite radio, and optional navigation make long drives more enjoyable. Additionally, the exterior styling reinforces the Charger's identity. Hood scoops, a front fascia with functional air intakes, dual 3.5-inch exhaust tips, and a rear deck lid spoiler create a purposeful, athletic look. Even subtle details like wide tires, aggressive 5-spoke wheels, and muscular lines ensure this car stands out on the road. Number 4. Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS 2000. Flowing from the wild energy of the Dodge Charger SRT8, the Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS of 2000 brings a different kind of legend to the streets. This car is about smooth cruising, precise handling, and a personality that makes every drive a small celebration of American racing heritage. Its lines are clean and purposeful, with gently flared wheels, vertical tail lamps, and a rear bumper shaped to echo Monte Carlos of the past, giving it an identity that nods to history while looking fresh. Turning to power, the Monte Carlo SS isn't shy. Its 232 cubic inch V6 produces 200 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. That means it sprints to 60 miles per hour in just 8 seconds. The engine may use push rods and 2 valves per cylinder, old-school mechanics at work, but it delivers reliable, smooth thrust without fuss. A 4-speed automatic transmission sends power to the front wheels, and traction control keeps things steady, even when you're chasing the thrill on twisty roads. Moving from speed to stability, the Monte Carlo's chassis shows smart engineering. Strut-type independent suspension at both ends, coil springs, and anti-roll bars ensure the car corners confidently. A wide track and reinforced structure reduce body roll, while a magnesium crosscar beam under the dash cuts out vibrations. Drivers feel connected to the road without being jostled, making long trips comfortable and spirited drives fun. Braking has also seen an upgrade, with four-wheel discs and standard anti-lock brakes, providing solid, consistent stopping power, keeping confidence high at all speeds. However, the interior of the Monte Carlo SS continues the story of comfort and thoughtful design. 4 adults fit with ease, with wide front bucket seats and a simple, well-laid-out instrument panel. Steering wheel controls make adjustments easy, and the cabin is quiet thanks to good sealing and acoustic insulation. Leather seating and a center armrest with cup holders make everyday drives feel more luxurious than expected for a sporty coupe. Exterior touches show attention to racing heritage. A subtle rear spoiler, 5-spoke alloy wheels, and Goodyear Eagle tires highlight the SS trim's sportiness. Special editions and NASCAR-inspired models introduced ghost flames, unique color schemes, and signature badges, giving each Monte Carlo a personality that can be playful, fierce, or elegant, depending on the edition. Performance and style come together on the road, proving that this coupe is a true youngtimer with personality and legacy, blending Chevrolet's racing spirit with practical daily enjoyment. Number 3. Ford Thunderbird, 2002. The 2002 Ford Thunderbird arrives with a different kind of excitement, mixing retro charm with modern driving joy. Its long hood, flowing fenders, and classic circular hardtop window instantly signal heritage, while the wide chrome-ringed grille and round taillights remind you that American roads were made for cruising, not just commuting. Shifting focus to power, the Thunderbird's 244 cubic inch DOHC V8 pumps out 252 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque, letting it hit 60 miles per hour in just 7.7 seconds. Its 5-speed automatic transmission keeps acceleration smooth, while a rear-drive layout ensures that every twist of the steering wheel connects to the road. The engine hums quietly under normal driving, but a full-throttle push rewards with a satisfying surge that shows this car can move with authority when it wants to. Turning attention to how it rides, the Thunderbird floats over bumps in a manner that feels more relaxed than stiff, thanks to softer coil springs and tuned shocks. Body roll in corners is present but controlled, and steering offers feedback enough to make drivers feel in touch with the car's movements without straining. Michelin 50 Series tires grip the road quietly and confidently, giving the Thunderbird a steady, composed feel even at higher speeds. Now glancing at passenger comfort, the cockpit is a mix of modern functionality and retro flair. The seats are leather, softly padded, and 6-way adjustable with manual lumbar support, giving long drives a touch of luxury. Door trim and dashboard accents echo classic T-Bird styling, while controls for stereo, climate, and windows are placed intuitively. There is room for personal items behind the seats on a small carpeted shelf, and the trunk holds 6.7 cubic feet of cargo, just enough for weekend cruising essentials. The Thunderbird also brings visual drama wherever it goes. The optional removable hardtop lets the car transform into a true convertible in seconds, while chrome louvers and subtle hood scoops honor vintage designs. Every curve and detail is carefully balanced to show off style without compromising modern convenience. Electric soft-top operation ensures the nostalgia of open-air driving meets 21st century ease. Dynamic behavior on the road is refined, with independent short-long arm suspension at all corners and excellent 50-50 weight distribution front to back. Brakes are 4-wheel vented discs with ABS and electronic brake force distribution, making stops precise and controlled. Traction control is optional, giving extra confidence in less than perfect conditions. Every element works together, making the 2002 Thunderbird not just a looker, but a living piece of automotive history. Number 2. Saturn Sky Redline, 2007. The 2007 Saturn Sky Redline zooms onto the scene like it just drank a triple espresso. This little roadster grabs attention immediately with its sharp, curvy body, long hood, and chiseled wheel arches that look ready to pounce down any boulevard. Its 2-seat layout and short rear deck make it feel agile, while the polished 5-spoke aluminum wheels and dual chrome exhaust tips add flair that whispers, "I'm here to play fast." Zooming under the hood, the Redline hides a magical 121 cubic inch turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. With direct injection delivering fuel straight into the cylinders, it cranks out 260 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. This means it hits 60 miles per hour in just 6.1 seconds. leaving many competitors in its dust. As you glide down the road, the suspension does its quiet magic, with independent short-long arm coil-over setups at all four corners, thicker anti-roll bars, and StabiliTrak electronic control. The Sky Redline corners with precision, absorbing bumps like it's reading a lullaby. The ride is firm but never harsh, keeping the driver connected to the tarmac while still letting the car float over everyday imperfections. Braking is equally impressive, with four-wheel discs and anti-lock technology, stopping the car from 60 miles per hour in just 124 feet, giving confidence that even at top speed, control is never an issue. Speaking of the cockpit, this car balances fun and practicality like a gymnast. Leather-wrapped steering wheel, special redline, stitching on seats and mats, stainless steel pedals, and a digital boost gauge make it clear this is no ordinary convertible. The top is manual but light, with a small glass window that tucks neatly under the tonneau cover. Now, handling. The Sky Redline's nearly 50-50 weight balance, front to back, lets it dance through corners without drama. Torque-sensing limited slip differential ensures the engine's power finds the road without spinning tires into a tantrum, and the taller final drive ratio helps launch the car with authority. Fuel efficiency keeps its modern sense, with the turbo engine sipping 22 miles per gallon in the city and 31 on the highway. This is possible thanks to the clever direct injection system that uses every drop of fuel efficiently while boosting power. Meanwhile, the Redline's aggressive, Euro-inspired styling, complete with headlamp bezels and brake cooling ducts, ensures that traffic never looks quite the same when you pass by. Number 1. Hummer H2 2003. Right after conquering the roughest trails in Baja, a new hero steps up, the Hummer H2. This is not your ordinary SUV. With its square shape and big wheels, it is built to make every off-road adventure feel like a playground challenge. Jumping into the H2, the first thing you notice is how big and comfy the seats are. You could sit all day without feeling squished, and the space for friends or gear is huge. The air conditioning works like a mini tornado, keeping everyone cool even when the sun turns the sand into a frying pan. The doors seal tightly so dust stays out, and the mirrors can fold in when the trail gets too tight. Moving from the cabin to the road, the H2's engine is a 366 cubic inch V8 that makes 325 horses run wild. It feels strong but smooth, like a friendly giant that knows how to handle itself. The transmission is a 4-speed automatic, and the car moves forward easily even when the trail is a mess of rocks, mud, or sand. Low gears help it crawl over hills and bumps without stressing the engine. You can even tow things if needed, and the suspension keeps the ride surprisingly soft. Hitting bumps does not shake you around. It bounces like a well-trained mountain goat. Now let's talk about control. The H2 shines with its off-road gadgets. It has a 2-speed transfer case, locking differentials, and traction control that knows when to help the wheels grip or spin a little. Skid plates protect all the important bits under the car, letting the H2 slide over rocks instead of getting stuck. The tires are big, strong, and ready to chew up sand, mud, or gravel without complaining. The steering is precise yet strong enough to feel safe while twisting through tricky trails. The brakes are powerful, and the H2 even helps itself when the ground is loose or rough. The air suspension keeps the car level even when loaded with passengers or cargo, and the ride height can be raised to dodge bigger obstacles. Every detail, from the hood to the wheel arches, is made to survive adventure and make driving fun. That's a wrap-up for today's video. Which of these cars is your favorite? Drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more amazing classic car videos.